you tell me what words should go into these gaps here if we change the words in blue? The first one's done for you. You have an example here. We have teachers. The words in blue are must and pay a fair wage. And to make it fit in the red gaps, we've turned it into teachers must be paid a fair wage. What about the second one? More parks in our cities. The words in blue are should and create. More parks should be created in our cities. And what about the third one? Refugees to our country. The words in blue are ought to and welcome. What will we do to those words to make them fit in the gap in red? Refugees ought to be welcomed to our country. What's common about these three sentences? Ask yourselves, who is doing the action in these sentences? Who is the subject in these sentences? Who must pay teachers a fair wage? Who should create more parks in our cities? Who should welcome refugees to our country? The answer is we don't know, because we don't have the answers to that in our sentences. We don't have a subject in our sentence, only an object, because our focus is on who the action is done to and the action itself, rather than who is doing the action. That is what we call the passive voice. What else do we notice as common features about the passive voice? Can you see we've used the verb to be here? Must be paid, should be created, ought to be welcomed. You might also know that we've got the present or past participle here. Paid, created, ed, welcomed, ed. And what if we want to turn it back into the active voice? That's where we do want to know who the subject in the sentence is. It's where we do want to know who is doing the action. We must pay teachers a fair wage. We should create more parks in our cities. We ought to welcome refugees to our country. Have you noticed that gone here is the verb to be? And no longer are we using the present or past participle. We've gone back to the form of words that we have in blue here. We've also moved the object towards the end of the sentences. We must pay teachers a fair wage. We should create more parks in our cities. We ought to welcome refugees to our country. So the object then goes towards the end of the sentence. My name is Natalie Hyams, and I teach English to students of other languages. If you would like to improve your English, do come and book a trial lesson with me. Check out my profile at www.preply.com, and you can find my profile at preply.com/en/tutor/306568. That's preply.com/en/tutor/306568. Do book a trial lesson, and I'm looking forward to meeting you there.